This is a face of a very sad and insecure man. And apparently he's also now one of the most hated YouTuber out there. And yes, I am talking about KSI. Hello there, how's your day? Ame Gakita there. So obviously today Random Chat we are going to talk about KSI, but actually you can't really blame me for it, because when you kind of like see how much he has been coping lately, I think it's kind of like just, to me, for how many people making joke out of him, telling to move on along the line, and it's like, no matter how you look at it, it's like he's just living true to his name. It's just basically keep seeking internally. And in case anyone are wondering what does that mean, well, actually seeking is just basically some being mad or filled with intense rage along the line. If you guys still need proof, just Google search it out, you can definitely find it. It's just basically he is unable to express it outright. He's just reaching his boiling point and he's just keeping it still in it. It's just like water heater. Once it reaches the maximum, it's gonna explode somehow, some way, somewhat. But when you look at his situation, you really can't say that he's innocent, but at the same time he really need to move on and don't think about much, because lately there is two things that actually got a lot of people hating on him. Well, we are going to talk about one of the cases that kind of like kickstart all of it. It's basically him and his two Stoots friends, which a lot of people been calling apparently the three Stoots. I had no idea why, but we are talking about Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and him himself, KSI, which they kind of like launched a new so-called lunch for kids, which is basically Lunchly, or a lunchable alternative. And do they know that when they kind of like highlight that it feature primes or visible chocolate and a few other food along the line, it's kind of like get a lot of people not happy about it, even to the point of then TDM indicating one simple tweet where he kind of highlight that this is selling crap to kids, and it didn't sit well with many people, because there is actually reason to point out when you look at Lunchable itself, not their item Lunchly. But when you kind of compare Lunchly and Lunchable, a lot of people kind of like saying like Lunchable doesn't taste good, and it also contains quite a lot of sodium or chemical or what's, which basically mean that it's a very heavy processed food, and it's obviously not healthy for kids. But obviously when you kind of like put up a so-called good alternative food out there to say that, hey, this is better, the funny thing is that what Logan Paul may not understand is that if Lunchable decided to sue them, it's not that they're gonna say that they this is a monopoly or this is basically trademark infringement, right? It's actually basically they can sue Logan Paul for one simple thing, which is basically defamation. When you come to competition, you do not go and outright say that, oh, their food is bad. Like even when Cola and Pepsi have a having a comparison with each other, they put blind tests. People who doesn't know what's the drink they are going to drink, and they just have a blind test, drinking the soda drink, and then if whichever they like, they will drink. They will kind of give a vote on it and highlight that. But instead of like doing that, the three of them say that, hey, this is the Lunchable, this is Lunchy. When they eat Lunchable, they split out. They say it tastes bad or whatsoever along the line. It's like that is false marketing, because if people enjoy Lunchable and you say it's bad, and the company can just sue you for the damage, because you guys going to say that, hey, it tastes bad, and people believe you and people don't buy their product, the company have suffering from loss. That is the road to defamation. So it's kind of stupid that Logan Paul can think that he can get away from it. I mean, like, he's really kind of under lawsuit for many other things like crypto scam or even prime. Interestingly, it's one of the drink that they actually highlight. But when you kind of like look at, they say that it will feature like primes and the prime drinks and chocolate in every boxes. It really kind of like bring a lot of alert, even to the point that even Dr. Mike or a few other YouTubers, that highlight the danger of the drink itself or the food itself. Because when you think about it, right, there is many things that you have to understand, that when you have too much sodium in a food, it can lead you to bloating, you have to force yourself to drink a lot of water. It can even cause you to have high blood pressure or headache itself. Yes, you may not be aware, but too much sodium is basically causing a lot of headache around, a lot that people tend to be unaware. So one of the ways to kind of like, if you want to make sure that your headache is not due to heat or due to whatever reason, sometimes one of the best way is to drink plenty of water to wash away, see whether is it due to sodium. But what is sodium? Basically, it's salt. Salt is another simple term for sodium chloride, and it's one of the things that make food delicious, and it's also one of the things that make food preserve. So if you go around and see like ingredients saying like sodium, whatever along the line, that's basically salt. It's just one of the things that help our body feature, but too much of it can cause problem. And this is one of the reasons why, based on food nutrition, whatever chat out there, they always say that sodium must keep within like 1300 milligram, if you want to know what's the word mean, within that range. But other than that, it's still very important to kind of like ensure that the amount of sodium you eat is within range. And what a lot of people don't understand is that fast food also do contain a lot of sodium, which is one of the reasons why it leads to overweight. And it's not just that itself. Another thing that within like the chocolate itself, it also contains sugar. So sugar in this way is also very important because it also can lead to, again, heart problem or weight gain, which is the reason why a lot of American people tend to be on the overweight side. Because sometimes when you consider them eating a lot of sugar intake or a lot of donuts or cakes or whatever along the line, obviously you'll be thinking like, yeah, it's really one of the things that you might want to avoid. You want to avoid, but not saying that you can't eat it at all. You just need to like kind of like keep within a moderation mode. Like if you, let's say for example, if you want to eat like a chocolate cake today, just make sure that for the rest of the day, or at least for the like of 2, 3, 4 days, you don't eat anything too much sweet. Like just keep within range. If you want to eat chocolate cake on a daily basis, by all means go ahead, but make sure you drink a lot of water to wash it out, or at least exercise to ensure that your body don't gain the excess weight. So it's very important that while sugar and salt is important, too much of it can lead to heart problem. Another thing that they I believe they also kind of highlight about, hey, we are using real cheese. I guess that is even more crazy, because what a lot of people may not be aware is that cheese itself also contains a lot of saturated fat and salt. And when you contain salt, that's also contain sodium. So basically, in the most simple way, when they claim that their food is the healthier choice, yeah, I can understand they are actually using based on the calorie gram, because when it comes to loss of weight, right, anyone who want to lose weight, obviously you just want to compare that, hey, maybe just don't add too much calorie to your intake and you should be better to go. But the problem is that Lunchable or Lunchly is meant for kids. It's supposed to be given to kids, and kids don't need, like, it doesn't need fat, sugar or sodium to give them the energy to move the day. It's actually more calorie. So it's for a young kid to grow healthy, it should actually give less fat, less sugar and less salt, but give them more calorie, and more calorie tend to be mean whole grain food. And just because you give them a few crackers, you think they are parrot going around saying like, "Lucky want a cracker." Yeah, I think it's kind of like just weird that they say they're using real cheese or real whatever along the line, and yet they aren't aware that their food is not really considered the most healthy choice. So obviously when you think about it, it got a lot of people not happy about it. A lot of people, audience, viewers or whatever, they start understanding the importance of food, and them claiming that the food is considered healthy is not actually healthy in the first place. Yeah, it really kind of like saying that number one is maybe considered false advertising, and number two, they are just trying to advertise to their kids audience to get them to buy their food. So obviously it does not sit well with many people, and even to me, I don't think that they did the right thing, because if they actually say that this is a alternative to Lunchable, it's not saying like it's healthy, it's not saying that whatever. If they also add in like, please make sure that to eat within margin or eat within moderation and keep yourself healthy and exercise more, I think that's fine. It should be a good way to go. But instead they advertising that you should get more of this, is good for you along the line, when they are just only looking at calorie. Just because you use sodium or potassium or whatever to and change it to acrylic or acrylite, whatever the name term is, it does not mean it's healthy. Like I mentioned, too much of it can be harmful, and it can lead to sickness that young kids do not have. So if you want a healthy kid, just make sure you give them not this kind of food in the first damn place. Hell, even if you bring them to eat McDonald's or KFC, those are still considered way better than Lunchly and whatnot. And number one, it can be much cheaper and number two, it can be considered healthier. And I kid you not, when you look at the calorie count, it reached the right amount. When you look at the sodium count and the fats, it's way lesser than Lunchly from how I look at it. So looking at Lunchly or Lunchable, to me, I don't think it's the best way to go. And even more so that it's even funnier that the Feastable chocolate is not even popular in Japan or in Singapore, from what I do know. But other than that, it just seemed that one tweet, right? The one tweet that by Dan TDM-san, where he actually talked about they seems to be just trying to market to young kids and just trying to make them spend money over there, not thinking about the welfare for them, or adding the word that eat within moderation or eat within margin along the line. Yeah, it really did not sit well with many people, and I'm sure they KSI and Logan going around saying that, oh, there are other people who sell candies. Dude, they sell candies. Anyone with the right set of mind will say that, hey, too much of, like I mentioned, too much of sugar can be harmful. But obviously there is quite a few other people like OnViview or other people who sell candy, and they also do highlight one thing: eat within margin. If you support them, good, but don't eat too much of the candy because it can be harmful for you. So it's not saying like they are going around saying that their candy is healthier or the food is better. They just highlight that they sell candy, and that's all. And it won't be that bad if they just highlight that, hey, we got a Lunchable competition, so just we are going to sell this. If they don't highlight that it's a healthier choice, it tastes better, then I think it's fine. But when there's someone up there like Ame Go indicating that it tastes the same, yeah, that seems to tell you a lot. There's the reason why you have to do a blind test. You have to let people understand which tastes better, or is it taste the same. If there is three options, is Lunchy better or Lunchable tastier or taste the same? If many people vote taste the same or Lunchable is better, yeah, Lunchy is gonna be not launching anytime soon. So when you look at the situation, it seems like that one tweet really get KSI way angry, to the point that he keeps seeking non-stop, that I'm actually looking at quite a few YouTube videos about people talking about him again and again and again, to the point it's just really sad. I'm not trying to bash on him or what's not, it's just that he really need a wake-up call, and it's not just me who is giving him the wake-up call in this video now. There are many people out there joking about it, making fun of him, or even in his own comment where people are commenting about how he is just basically not getting the right stuff. He just need to move on, understand what he did wrong, and just understand that he should just do one simple thing, and that is shut up. Like, I'm not saying that there's any other better way for him to do. He can go and seek some therapy help, he can go and do some exercise, don't touch the internet for maybe a week to a month along the line, and just move on. Instead, he just need to keep on seeking again and again and again and again, making joke about someone, talking about Dan DM. And the fun thing is, right, Dan only did one simple tweet. One simple tweet only. And then almost a month later, like 2-3 weeks later, he just thought living the dream with his own family. He's just having fun with his family, his own child. This is what a parent should do. And it's just sad that KSI is not moving up from it. KSI is unhappy about it. And even when he so-called want to put a so-called apology video that lead to his Spotify to talk about his own new music. That did not sit well with many people, as well as that even his own buddies or his own group or circle are now bashing on him. And I'm talking about his own music. So he actually released a new music that did not sit well with many people, and obviously it got even more people hating on him, people talking about him along the line, even to the point that he said that he get that he's trending to hate him, but on the hate on his latest song, but maybe many people can just move on along the line. But instead of it, like, dude, why can't you just take your own advice and move on yourself? Like, you're still seeking, you're still mad over then he DM one simple tweet, and you just keep on hating and hating, just and all because he talked badly about Lunchley. Dude, I highlight a lot of important thing about sodium fat, and I'm not saying that lingerie is bad or whatever. If people like it, good for them. If people don't like it, that's on you. You can't just blame on people saying that people hate on it and you should just make noise about it. That's really not the way to go. And the more he like talk to hater, the more he highlight to the haters, it just basically he giving attention to all those people, and obviously people will keep on bashing on him, joking on him, trash talking on him, and it really kind of like just so obvious that he's getting more and more sad. Even when it's like 2 weeks later, he's still sick about it, he's still mad about it, he's still angry about it, and it's just weird that why would he keep on going about it again and again and again. It's just like even like in the podcast, when he's in other people's podcasts, when he talk about it, other people just saying it's just one tweet, just move on. Don't just sit down there and think that it's something like you should be hating. It's like it's really kind of like just show that he's really one of the world's most hated people, but he's also one of the world's most unable to move on hated at this point of time. So if you look at his face, if you think that, if you want to imagine how a hater would look like, I think we can just paste his face all over the world and just say that this is really one of the person who is not just being hated, but he's also a hater as well. And it's just kind of like sad to see him going about it. I'm not saying that I'm a fan of him, I'm just saying that it's just that he should really listen to his own advice, and that's just basically move on. But again, at the end of the day, it's just basically just a random chat. It's just all based on speculative talk along the line. So if you have your own view, your own take, your own opinion, write in the comment below, we can discuss it further. But till then, if you do like this video, or just don't forget to press the like button off. If not, you can just go and just subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or whatever along the line. But at the end of the day, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.